at this graduation. This year's student speaker is Allison Brenizzi. Allison now lives in Minnetonka with her husband and 2 children, Stephen, who is 18 years old, and Tyler, who is 16. At the start of this semester, Allison had earned over 48 credits with a grade point average of 4.0. She is a member of the National Honor Society of Phi Theta Kappa and volunteers her time advocating for people with disabilities. Allison will transfer to the University of Minnesota College of Education and Human Development to continue her work towards a degree in family social science. Her career plans include advocating for people with disabilities with a focus on using assistive technology to mediate their communication difficulties. It is my great pleasure to introduce tonight's speaker, Allison Brenizzi.
Thank you very much. This is a very musical time of year. It's when they play the wedding march for brides, common circumstance for us and other graduates, and brother, can you spare a dime for the parents? Within the next few weeks, I'll enjoy all of that music. My brother will be getting married. My son will graduate from high school. And both of us are off to different university programs, mine at the U of M Twin Cities, his at St. John's University. So I truly understand this concept of dime sparing. On a more serious note, I'm honored to be here to speak on behalf of the graduating class, and I promise to be brief. My public speaking professor will hardly be able to recognize me. Tonight, I'll talk about how our actions influence the community. Quickly, I'll give a brief introduction of myself and the actions that led to my enrollment at Normandale Community College. My husband and I moved our then 14 and 16-year-old boys to the Twin Cities from San Diego, and so that they could benefit from Minnesota's reputation for excellence in education. Once they were settled, I was able to think about myself for once and decided that going to school would meet 2 of my personal needs: interaction with others and finishing up my general ed requirements, a feat I hate to say was more than 20 years in the making. Moving on. To all the parents, I wish to thank you for the actions you've taken, including the resources that you've lent to our realizations of this day. Whether you're here today or not, we certainly would not be here on this planet without you. Your encouragement, love, and sacrifice have been critical to our success. Thank you. To Normandale Community College, this is a community that draws in students from all walks of life, including many of us with diverse backgrounds. We differ. Students range in age from as young as 15 to 60 years old and older. In gender, the students are representatives of many continents, and there's a great difference in ability. Some of us have overcome great learning challenges to be here today. However, at Normandale, our needs are met. We're offered opportunities to learn, to get out of ourselves and volunteer, and we can take part in many different types of clubs that suit our fancy. Some clubs enhance our cultural diversity, improve professional skills, and allow us to collaborate with other students. Our actions within these groups became part of our college experience. At 40, I'm having a college experience. Thank you for valuing us as students, for putting our art on the walls, and for inspiring us with opportunities to attend events, including author talks, like the recent one with Doug Lennox, and other lectures on Minnesota's climate change, stem cell research, games like Second Life, and let's face it, any lecture where we could get extra credit. There were conferences such as those put on by the sociology department, the one on intersectionalities of gender, was full of new ideas to me and great teaching. Thank you for special days, such as the recent Success Day, where we met successful people, some of whom got their start at Normandale. Thank you for your actions, which modeled for us how to live together by helping us to learn about one another. To the graduating class, the great teachers have all professed in one way or another the concept that all action follows thought. Today, the proof of that wisdom has come in the form of our graduation. We realize that despite our differences, we share a common bond beyond being students at Normandale. It's because of our thoughts that we could accomplish this task that we are here tonight, and that we acted in filling out the application to Normandale. We took classes we liked, classes that we didn't, and let's be honest, we took some just because we had to. We loved some professors and didn't like others as much, but through those relationships, we learned how to deal with people in the future. Those people will be called bosses. We applied knowledge that we gained in our classroom through writing and speaking, individually and in small groups. In those times when we were forced to act and work together, we learned that while many of us may wear different garments and have different shades of eye color and skin color, we were not all that different. We did some assignments well, and we were unsure about others, and we were really blown away when the professor liked something that we didn't think we did really well. Art comes to mind for me. We liked the things that we were sure we'd hate, biology, and disliked the thing we came wanting to do the most, oceanography. We grew. Whether that growth between 0 and 64 credits happened in 2 years or over many stops and starts, we persevered through many challenges. All of our actions prepared us for where we're going next. Today, we celebrate this occasion while standing at the precipice of yet another transition in our lives. After graduating today, some of us will go on to enter the workforce, some will go on to other colleges, and others still have different plans. As we look out at new opportunities, as we reach out and make new connections, there will be times when things go well, and times when things don't go the way we want them to. There will be little about those situations that we can control. In fact, this is a unique time in history. We as a country are going through great change. We hear people talking about Generation Y or Generation Me. Many of us graduating tonight are part of that generational cohort. Some of what's floating around the airwaves about Generation Yers isn't that great. But that's not my experience with you as students and peers. I'm impressed by what I see. You have great big hearts full of compassion. You are giving. I've never met so many people that volunteer themselves for the good of the community on such a regular basis. A PSEO student in one of my classes gave up her spring break to serve people in Haiti. Clubs on campus gave us plenty of opportunities to give back to our community, and including one I participated in a few weeks ago, where 36 of us gave 2 hours of our time to feed my starving children. We packed enough food in those 2 hours to feed 38 people for an entire year. What's important to remember is that people will always have misperceptions about other people. In those times, remember that the one thing you can control is the way you respond. Just like you've authored essays on a myriad of topics, you are the author of the next chapters of your life. It's important to frame your thoughts because your thoughts are your guides. Whether you're a nurse, in business, or collect the garbage, the lives you touch will be affected by your thoughts and actions. Look around you. This graduation is a